Hello everyone, welcome! Tonight is a Thursday night, which means that we are playing Sentinels of the Multiverse. I am Simon, he, him, and I will be the GM for this game. Why am I, like, slightly off center for some reason? I'll fix that later.
It's your chair.
Sentinels of the Multiverse, our superhero campaign. I just want to remind everyone that as viewers in chat, you can influence the story using our trading card game mechanic, which, if you're interested in, the link is in chat at the moment, and it'll reappear on and off during the game tonight. But basically, through the use of that, you can help or sometimes hinder the party and also alter the story in interesting ways, such as the four number 0 issues that we need to that I need to get finished and post ASAP. And that should be fairly soon. Wanted to do it during Labor Day weekend, ended up not being able to, so I'll try again in the upcoming days, hopefully.
Yeah, this week. Why not?
Well, it's because I didn't ask you all, so that's why I'm like still vague. But yeah, I was hoping to probably do it this weekend instead. That said, I would just like to thank our sponsors very quickly. Mage and Press, makers of 5th edition D&D supplements. They have a Kickstarter going on for the Mimic Book of Mimic. So if you like all things Mimic, well, check it out. The book may or may not be a monster itself, but inside you have a bunch of Mimic-related monsters that aren't chests. Our other sponsor, of course, Found Familiar, great coffee company. Check them out at foundfamiliar.com. Be sure to also check out Roll20, the platform that we use for all of our streams here on Wandering DM. And make sure to check out Die Hard Dice, who we are affiliated with. And you can use actually the I now have a permanent code, Wandering DM, which you can use to get 10% off any purchase of any dice set that you want. Without further ado, let's go around the table, introduce our cast, tell us who you are playing, and then we will get this game started. We'll start with the person to my left on the overlay, and we'll go around clockwise, counterclockwise. We'll do counter. Pooja, hi. How are you?
Hello! Hey everybody, I'm Pooja. You can find me on the Twitter at Pooja and at Pujabaraki on Instagram and in the Twitch chat tonight. And I'm back playing Anaya and wearing this very out of character motorcycle jacket that she nabbed off of a person last time, if I remember right. It's been a while. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure she stole a motorcycle jacket and then
from the Devil's Disciples.
Yeah, pretend there's a patch on the back. But anyway, she pretended she was a part of the motorcycle gang, so she is now in a getaway expensive car. Chaos will ensue. I'm excited.
The other person who's in the getaway car with you, Andrew. Hi, how are you?
I'm having a busy day. I'm playing Fitzroy. And he is our resident himbo. He is actually the original procurer of said leather jacket, because of course he would be oblivious to who owns said item. It was just available and opportunistic, so he grabbed it on his way out of a bar, and upon arriving on scene at HQ, for some reason felt the need to give it to Anaya. I'm trying to remember why.
They were in an elevator, and I believe Fitz abandoned Anaya in said elevator.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, but the elevator opened, and Anaya totally was pretending to not be who she was. That's all I
Yes, and there was a very brief phone conversation of something along the lines of, "Sweetheart, just like put on the jacket and just own the bitchiness and like rule the world," kind of thing. Yeah, that totally happened. So we are in the car. Thankfully, Fitz is not driving. He's not allowed, but we'll maybe get to that eventually sometime, of course. And he, of course, uses the he/him pronouns, as you I. And yeah, that's Fitz at this point in time. And part of our recap.
Up next, we have someone who disappeared last time and whose whereabouts we're going to learn tonight. Anna, hi, how are you?
Hi, I am doing okay. I am Hannah, she, her, and in this campaign I'm playing Archer Ashley, also she, her, resident lone wolf, sharpshooter, and currently abducted to places unknown. We'll find out. I'm a little scared.
And then last but certainly not least, someone whose whereabouts are sort of known, but whose fate remains undetermined. It's Anino. Hi, how are you?
How's it going, everyone? My name's Anino. I use he/him pronouns, and this campaign I play Bayani, who also uses he/him pronouns.
And so last time, when we, wait a minute. Do anyone hear music?
I hear nothing. And I hear something. Oh, I hear something now.
I hear music.
Why is it so low?
I have my master music level at halfway and I can hear it.
I can hear it now.
Okay, this is weird. Might just be on my end. But that said, last time, in our last issues, the group had just gotten back to the HQ to Paragon Industries, got to try on their new outfits, and this short celebration, this short celebration was cut short by the announcement that metas, such as our heroes, are outlawed. Or at least in a very gray area, legally speaking. Not only that, but right before this happened, someone infiltrated Paragon Industries and messed with the time-space continuum. Without knowing exactly who it was, Archer and Fitz were tasked with setting up sort of a like triangulation system by Duck Artifice, which they managed to set up, but the moment the antenna was up and they were waiting for everything to calibrate, two government agents approached the duo, and one of them, recognized as Brandon Lee, one of Bayani's old foe, a person that was supposed to have, for all intents and purposes, disappeared, a known persona, actually, a celebrity in his own right. Brandon rushed up to Archer and, in a puff of black smoke, teleported her and himself away, leaving Fitz alone with Aunt Lily. Fitz teleported as well, and tried to warn everyone just as the government was raiding the Paragon HQ building, and basically trying to take everyone that they could get their hands on hostage, or prisoner, I should say. Bayani told Poseida to get the hell out. Said the same thing to Dark Artifice. And remained behind to basically give everyone as much room as possible to escape. The escape was done via a stolen vehicle. And as Anaya and Fitz drove away, we saw Bayani getting brought into or thrown into a black van and brought somewhere. We're gonna start our new issue. Everyone's okay with it. With a roll of a d4. Because thanks to Shalltails, 1, 2, same order as the intros. Andrew, you get a +1 to your next check. Thank you, Shalltails.
Thank you.
So I think our first panel tonight is going to be very costly to our printer. It's a full page panel. And it's just black. It's just an entire black square. Fills the whole page. With perhaps just a small thought bubble from Archer. Archer, the last thing you remember, you were in the park. These two people showed up, and this man that you vaguely recognized from the sort of vision that Bayani's power had given you in the bunker, didn't really have time to react. That you basically blinked, and he was in front of you, and had gripped you by the collar, by the shirt, and then everything is black all around you. It's cold. It's damp. And nothing all around. You're not floating, though. You're clearly on the ground. There is gravity. But that's the only thing you can, like, perceive. What would go through your mind, actually, in such a moment? What do we fill the thought bubble with?
I think the first thing that she'd do is try to reach out and see if there's anything solid anywhere. Like, can she touch the ground? Are there walls? Like, where
You
did
can
the person
definitely touch the ground.
Okay.
There are no walls in your immediate vicinity.
Where did the guy go?
You just hear I'm here. That echoes everywhere around. I wouldn't say echoes, reverberates all around you.
Stop hiding. Come out and fight then.
Is it really what you wish? I don't think you have what it takes to fight me.
Sounds like a coward's words to me. Coming out of the darkness.
But I am the darkness.
This is not coming from any particular direction.
It's as if there were, let's say, 8 people talking to you at the same time, and they're like all around in a circle around you. Judging by the sound of their voice, They're not very far away, like they're not projecting.
Okay. I will turn around, point at a random direction that one of the voices seems to be coming from, and fire off one round.
In the brief moment that you fire and that the shot illuminates around you, it's just more darkness. Like everything is Venta black all around, but there does seem to be an end to the room where you are, because your bullet bounces off something. And not ricochet, like literally bounces off, like it hits it and then falls to the ground. And the voice says, "Good try. They told me you were some sort of trick shooter. I thought you'd be better than that."
Turn and shoot at another voice direction.
You turn around and shoot again. This time, again, you know, blah blah blah, darkness everywhere, but you manage to catch the brief sight of a pair of golden eyes. They're just off to your left, and they're coming at you fast.
Can I?
Yes.
Do I need to roll to attack?
So
specifically,
mechanically speaking, is a fight,
Mhm.
and it's a. Sentinels does not have like specific mechanics for like you're fighting someone who's invisible. It's more like the person who has these powers will have like maybe a reaction, a defend action that they can do that draws upon those powers. So mechanically, you can use any of your powers as if you knew exactly where the person was, and the reaction will inform how the narrative will transform.
Okay, I'm going to use awareness, alertness. No, maybe signature weaponry, alertness, and green to attack. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Was that just a like straight shot?
Yeah, at the golden eyes that seem to be approaching.
All right, and your mid die is a
3.
3. Let's see. Okay. There was something else I should have done, but oh well. Fitness. And oh, it's just the D10. All right. That makes it sense. Wow. You fire, and again, the bullet goes out into the dark. This time doesn't hit a wall. It just keeps going until it loses all momentum. And the voice laughs again before you are potentially hit in the back of your neck.
Okay.
Let me roll, because it's his turn. Wait. Yes, okay. So... Sorry, had to get my my combo ready. Can I roll them all? Okay, it's one by one. Oh no, the buttons. Okay. So 5, 1, and 6. He attacks you with your with his max die. Attack using yeah, so max die, so you're going to take Archer 6 points of damage.
Ouch.
And it's not a a physical hit. Well, no, I shouldn't say physical. It's not a fist that connects with, like, just right there. It felt like a thin blade of, like, very cold steel. And mid die was a 5. Awesome.
Is there blood?
Did you take damage? Do you have any reaction to mitigate?
I don't think so, no. I took 6 points of damage, yeah.
Then, yeah, there would be blood. Less than,
Ouch.
you know, if you were a regular person. You get the feeling that as a regular human, one who's not trained to maybe have, like, the reflex to dodge slightly out of the way, even if you're unaware of what's going on, he would have probably just lopped your head off.
Yikes.
And then the voice says again from farther away, "So, you wanted to fight? You could also just surrender. It would be so much easier. You can, you know. And I'll even bring you back where you belong. Mostly unharmed.
If we're gonna fight, we should fight fair.
Fight fair. With your guns against my what? My fists?
I don't think that was your fist. Looks to me like you brought a knife to a gunfight.
I did. I did indeed. And I might even win with it.
If you're so cocky, why don't you turn on the lights?
If you're so good, why don't you put your gun down?
All right.
Or are you afraid you're nothing without your equipment?
You know what? I don't need the lights on to beat you. I can beat you in the dark.
I'd like to see you try, but... Well, I can see you try, you just won't see me.
I would like to head in the direction that my bullet hit a wall.
Uh-huh.
And see how far I can get in that direction.
So as a move, you know, you can move like anywhere within your turn. So of course you reach the wall. We'll call this location like the invisible wall. It's a solid barrier that you do not see. But when you tap on it or press your hand against it, there is a visible ripple of just the faintest light. And also you get a +1.
Okay.
Shelltails.
Thank you, Shelltails. So only a small amount of pressure causes a small amount of blight?
Yeah.
What about a large amount of pressure? What if I were to punch this wall? I'd like to try.
All right. You punch the wall. Basically, we're going to use this as a we'll use this as a boost.
Okay.
Okay. What'll happen is the light will remain for a number of turns equal to like what the boost would be.
Okay.
So 1 round, 2 round, 3 round, or 4 rounds total. That said, the light only works in this location. It's very faint. That's why you couldn't see it from far away, even when your bullet struck against it.
Okay.
So if you move elsewhere, you'll lose the light. But you can certainly give me a basic attack action.
Attack action would be like strength, close combat in green, or?
Yep.
Okay.
If you're in green right now and you're not using your gun.
Mm-hmm.
Mid die is an 8. So yeah, 3 turns. You punch the wall, and it wavers, and in a ripple effect, you see just a little bit of light. Enough to say, like, as if you were holding a candle in a dark room. It also serves as a mirror of sorts. Unless the person Brendan is literally on the other side of the wall, but he would be coming at you running headlong. But we'll do his turn a little later.
Oh, later I get another turn?
No. We're gonna
okay.
switch back to outside the Shadow Realm. No, not the song I was looking for. We'll start with Anaya and Fitz. You've driven away from Paragon Industries. You remember the upper floor exploded.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably around, like, you've reached city limits, if that's what you want.
I don't know if Amaya would drive all the way into the city, but she'd drive far enough away from Paragon to... Well, actually, let's see. Before they leave, I think Amaya is going to... Do we tail? Or is that too obvious? I mean, I'm not surreptitious in my driving or anything.
I think they saw the car try to run them over. Maybe we should change cars if we're going to follow them. And I technically have to return this one.
Okay, well,
Scratches.
if this is a stolen car, we should not be.
It's not stolen. I don't do the thieving thing. I just borrow.
Does the owner know you've borrowed? Yeah, that's stealing. Borrowing without explicit permission is stealing, my friend. But it's okay. You did what you had to do, and you tried to get all of us out of there, but unfortunately it was just me. But you have.
But why did they arrest Mr. B? Did they arrest him? I mean, they look pretty military type. Like, was that an arrest, or was that like, are they going to try and kill him?
Well, given everything that we've seen happen and the government's opinion about people like us, I don't think Bayani is going to jail to await sentencing in front of a judge.
That's a problem.
That's not our only problem. We still have no idea where Archer is. Or how to get her back.
I kind of don't really know how. I mean, maybe I can try teleporting to Archer.
Have you ever tried teleporting to a place you are unfamiliar with? Completely? Like, if I told you to teleport to Myanmar, would that work?
Well, I visited, so I could probably get us there.
Where have you not been? Antarctica.
No, that was a summer vacation.
Good God.
I haven't really been to the top of Everest, but
Okay, fine.
I've been
If
to
you had
base
to
camp.
go, oh, well, that's a little. At least you're somewhat familiar. But I mean, we don't know where Archer is. Have you ever tried teleporting to a person and not a place?
Not really. Things kind of go wonky when I try things I've never done before.
Yeah. So, as much as I love the idea, potentially you could get stuck in a third place. Not with Archer, not here, and somewhere else entirely. And then there's 3 people lost to the wind and me doing nothing. So
Yeah, and I kind of don't want to fuse with Archer either. That might be really awkward for both of us.
yeah, consent first, please.
Yeah.
So we're stuck. That I mean, the first place I would go in this something like this happened would be to Paragon and to see what I could find, but that's up in smoke now.
What about Mr. B? Doesn't he know government types?
He's been taken by them, and we don't have access to his machines because they all went kaboom. Unless you have something of his.
Wait, Bosetta?
What I guess just flashing back, where did what's his face go?
Wait, I'm
the guy
actually
from
a little
Paragon.
lost.
Dr. Artifice?
Dr. Artifice, where did he
You
go?
did not see him leave.
We didn't.
Oh.
So I told you that out of game, he makes it.
Okay. Well,
But no one knows.
in game we don't know that.
No, that's it. In universe, the last thing you remember, I think that was just him, like, coming out of the lab and bitching about, like, calibrating the equipment and all that, and the time that was stolen, because I believe, Bayani, you stayed with Artifice after Anaya took the elevator down, right?
Yeah,
So the last thing, Anaya, you remember was you were in the office, in the penthouse office with Bayani and Artifice.
Yeah.
He was there.
Okay. Anaya is going to. I'm assuming she's going to. I don't know. Would she have? Okay, you know what? Fitz is more likely to have his cell phone number. Does Fitz have a cell phone, or did it go kerplat? Does Fitz have a new cell phone?
didn't we give Fitz a new cell? Yeah, we gave Fitz a new burner.
Yeah.
It's been a
Bayani,
really
I
long
think,
time,
had a
I'm
box
sorry.
Of,
Okay. Try calling Dr. Artifice. See if
So
he-
Fitz, of course, will just nonchalantly just whip out his phone, and try to
And
look
I mean-
stylish in doing the whole like flip through his contacts and like find the one that's Dr. Artifice and dial the
Fitz,
number.
That's a burner from phone from insert big box store name. I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's not a fancy smartphone. I'm sure.
Well, Bayani, what were the... Okay. It's a Nokia. It holds with duct tape.
I mean, it's a classic burner. Like,
Yeah.
you don't want them to be super fancy.
He's gonna make it look
Hey,
fancy.
those old Nokia phones were built like tanks. Okay.
I know.
They were.
I literally have dropped one off a fifth floor balcony and put it back together, and it worked for 2 more years.
I want to
they
ask
don't
about
make
that
them that
story
way.
later, but Fitz
It
will
happens,
stylishly look through the Nokia to find Dr. Artifice's number. And
And
there's probably only 3, but he's making a show of it.
correct
Well,
me
and
if
while-
I'm wrong. Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh, I was say while you're doing that, I think Anaya will mention also like I know you just mentioned Boseda, but the last time wasn't he hesitant to be involved because of the oversight he's under?
Yeah, but I gotta go to work eventually.
Well, yes, but I don't know if he can help us. I mean, we can try, but if he's trying not to get involved, what we need right now is someone to get incredibly involved.
But he can maybe, point us in the right... Like, he doesn't have to get involved. He just has to point. He doesn't even have to speak.
Well, it's worth a try, but if we can find Dr. Artifice, then maybe we can, I don't know, maybe he has his own tracker in Bayani's phone or something. I don't know.
I'm trying him now. Like, Fitz is
Yeah.
finally
We're talking
put the...
we're talking as
Yeah.
it's going ding ding.
Yeah.
It rings. It rings. It rings. And no one ever picks up.
Anaya, he has no voicemail.
Oh no, he definitely has a voicemail.
Oh, does
my
he?
bad. Yeah, it
Oh.
sounds something like
Do burners
Hi.
have voicemails?
They're not supposed to.
his-
Shh.
You're calling his phone.
Oh, I don't know if he also went on the burner.
No.
Oh.
It says, "Hi. I'm busy, couldn't you tell?" Beep.
Dr. A, Mr. B just kind of got like, Anaya, what happened to Mr. B? Like, how did you?
He was taken away by some official militarily trained group of people
Yeah,
and put
some
into a
like
sketchy looking van.
some dudes in like black stuff like showed up and like stuffed him into the back of a vehicle and drove away.
After creating quite a violent scene.
Yeah, plus the tower blew up. So
Well, you would think he would know that, given that if he is in one piece, then he is. We need to go back to the tower and look through the.
So as you're
The
saying
rubble.
all of this, we would see a panel of the rubble of the top of the tower
Oh no!
and your speech bubble coming out of a cell phone somewhere in the wreckage.
oh dear.
What if he's bleeding out somewhere and there's nobody there to help him?
But maybe he was in the lab. The lab is like not here.
But your phone didn't cut off after 2 rings, like it doesn't have signal. It kept ringing as though someone didn't pick up, right?
Yeah, but maybe he's got a cell phone tower in like the place where the lab is. He might have given himself
Interdimensional
reception.
self-service is impressive.
Probably expensive too. I don't want to see his cell phone bill.
But so you don't think we need to go back and make sure nobody's hurt?
maybe we'll change cars and then we'll go back, because if those
Oh yes, we are abandoning this right away.
Just hang a left up here and we'll take it back to where it's supposed to be.
I don't want to have that conversation with somebody about what happened.
Oh no, you won't. We'll just leave it in the valet parking. They'll find it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Seems incredibly risky. Taking a stolen car back to the scene of the crime.
I mean, how much time has elapsed since this car has gone missing?
I'd say roughly an hour.
This is like, it's a really fancy restaurant. I'm expecting like minimum 5 courses, if not like some kind of tapas kind of thing where you're going to be sitting there eating for 3 hours.
Yes, and I'm expecting surveillance that will watch us walking away from this car. So I'm going back to my plan of, can we abandon it on the side of the road?
Can y'all give me 2 seconds?
Did our cameras just cut?
Yeah, Zoom decided to freeze. So, quick BRB, everyone. Hey!
Good.
Oh no.
Hello!
Are we?
Oh, yes, we are. I just need
Oh.
to make sure that the transcript is... Yep, there we go.
Yay!
You bring the car back.
Wait,
No.
okay. Whoa.
Okay, before we bring it back, when Fitz is like, oh, it's a fancy restaurant, they'll be eating for a long time, Anaya said yes, and they will likely have surveillance in the parking lot, which will show us walking away from a stolen vehicle. And so she would like to abandon it in the middle of a road, not too far from a gas station they can walk to. And then, I don't know, take an Uber back.
Fitz is
Take a super back.
Fitz is going to suggest that Anaya pull over and exit the car for a moment. And he will try to port the car, not moving, into the parking lot.
The valet parking?
Yeah. But like at the back where there shouldn't be any cars. Hopefully he does not land on top of another car.
I mean, this is going to be an overcome check.
Uh-huh.
Create your own challenges.
I love this.
Also, I'm gonna hijack your sheet for a second.
Hijack away.
It
didn't
cannot
even have
be
it open.
self-teleportation. So
Right.
I'll say a D4 plus creativity, because it's very creative.
Oh, good lord.
Plus you're in green, I believe. So plus your green die.
Okay. I will make.
Oh, I was gonna say, remember, let me put the common dice pool, because you have like one of each and an extra d6
Okay.
In case you want to use them.
I would like to take my hero points and apply them to my creativity to make my D8 a D10.
Oh, okay.
And if nobody minds, I want to steal a D6 out of the dice pool. I want to get rid of that D4. Okay.
Done and done.
I'm so praying to the gods of Roll20 right now.
Thank you, Frenchie. It's after your roll, Andrew, but you've been gifted a d12. Well, the group has been gifted a d12 in the pool.
I appreciate that. Okay, so I rolled a 10, a 4, and a 1. So that makes my middle die the 4.
Indeed. And 4 succeeds, but with a minor twist. And it's gonna be fairly minor, right?
Ident Defender.
You touch the car. Focus. And in a puff of like purplish, I think it's smoke that you do, right?
Yeah,
when you
purplish
teleport?
black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The car disappears. Archer. There is a car. And then it disappears. But for a split second, there was a very fancy car with a few scratches that just appeared, unmoving, a couple of yards from you, and then disappeared.
What the hell is this place?
Now, I have to play devil's advocate. Did Fitz notice Archer?
You weren't there.
Just the car.
Just
the car. Oh, good lord, that happened again? Okay.
And then the car appears in the parking garage, like about 2 feet up in the air, and just falls down.
But we don't know that.
Nope.
So where's Fitz?
Oh, you're still next to Anaya, right across the...
Oh, I had him porting the car from inside the car.
Oh!
That's generally how this is supposed to work.
I thought you were outside and like touching the car. Oh, then in that case...
let's
just rewind.
Okay.
Archer, there is a car. Fitz is sitting in it. The car is gone.
Hence my question, did Fitz notice Archer, or was he just concentrating too hard on this teleport?
So for a... I'll say, in your case, you actually didn't see anyone, because you're not next to the wall that does the light thing, because it's a weird dimension. So it was just complete and utter blackness for a moment.
Then the headlights of an Audi.
And then, yeah.
And then it's gone.
2 feet. Yeah.
Now, at this point, after, feeling clearly that probably the undercarriage has been scraped, Fitz will teleport out of the car itself back to Anaya.
Wait, repeat that?
At this point, after the car kind of settles for a second, Fitz ports out of the car itself.
Okay.
Back to Anaya.
To you, Anaya, a second passed.
Okay.
The car disappeared. I say a second. You can still do something before Fitz reappears.
I mean, I think all she was going to do was try to call rideshare to go back to Paragon, because I'm assuming she probably has some sort of Japanese-made small car she drives around. That's probably parked in the parking lot. Because I'm assuming she gets from the hospital to Paragon somehow.
Oh,
So,
Japanese-made MAD. I was wondering what you were going on about.
What?
Simon, mind, gutter, out!
Anyway. There
Yeah.
wasn't anything dirty. I was just trying to figure out, like, is there, like, an actual, like, type of beetle with, like, frills and a bow?
Maid's apron, absolutely painted on with the frills.
Yeah. But anyway, so her car's there anyway, and having the adrenaline of the fight and Bayani getting taken and everything coming back, I think she wants to go see what's happened because it looked like everybody was leaving, right? Like the military people.
Oh, yeah.
Did they leave?
They got Bayani and they got the hell out.
So they got the
was-
hell out,
yeah.
and then I'm assuming the bikers.
The bikers
Probably
got the
got
hell
out.
out the other way because they were getting
They got
shot at.
out. So if somebody is hurt upstairs or anywhere in the building,
They're by themselves.
they're by themselves. So I think Anaya's going to go back and she will also, once they've taken a look, call 911.
Okay.
There's a building exploded and no one's doing anything about it.
Well, the first responders are probably on site right now.
If somebody called
If so-
them.
Well, I mean, it's a building downtown that exploded.
Oh, it's downtown. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was. All right. Yeah, that's fair. But she's still going to go in because, I mean,
Oh yeah, no, of course. You're a doctor.
She's a doctor,
It
yeah.
makes sense that you go. So you call an Uber. There's a driver by the name of Leo who's gonna come and pick you up. He's like on his way, and by the time you look up from your phone, Fitz has reappeared, and
Alright.
we'll skip to a van. Van interior, dark. There is one Bayani. And 4 dudes in SWAT gears with shotguns. Bayani, they restrained your wrists with it's like very short handcuffs that doesn't have like any leeway between the wrists. Thanks to Shaltail, you also have a +3 because she believes in you. +3 to your next action that you want to do. So yeah, they restricted your movement that way. Oh. No, I missed this one. Well, how can I miss the other one? I'm sorry, Shaltail, I missed the other for Anaya, so that is a cheer. Burp, 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 burp. Gonna go check it out very quickly. What does cheer do? Cheer was a +1, I believe. No, give a hand was a +1. Cheer is a +1 as well. Yeah, it's just not it's not random. So Anaya, you also are boosted by 1. So yeah, Bayani. Manacled, handcuffed. They left your feet free. The handcuffs though are made of this like special technology, if you will. They glow blue. And you would know they're basically there to also prevent most metas from using their powers, especially if they rely on energy projection. You're not quite sure if it actually works. You've heard about it before, but you've never had to actually use them or to have them used on you. And thanks to Relmu, I will need to know, Relmu, who do you give this prep to? I think it was Bayani, but I'm not sure. I see messages and then they suddenly disappear for some reason in my own chat. But I believe it was Bayani, and you get plus 3 HP. The 4 guys around you don't seem to pay you any mind. One of them like snickers with the guy next to him about something. They like whisper to each other. The 2 that are flanking you are not looking at you. They're sitting straight up, and do not utter a word. I'm gonna change the music because I know it's sad, but I don't want to be sad all the time. Okay, sure. Bayani, is there anything that you do during this ride?
You know, it would be much cooler if we had windows in this van, because then we could play some road trip games like Punch Buggy or I Spy.
One of the guards next to you says, "You know those could be your last words?"
Possibly. But if, my next words were going to be my last words, your mom.
There's definitely a repressed laugh from one of the guards. And then you hear just banging from like the driver, like the back of the driver, side of the car. And you just hear a muffled voice yell out like, "Hey, shut up in there!"
Your mom too.
The 2 snickering dudes, of them, the one on the right looks up at you instead of at the person next to him, and says, "You're gonna be a lot less, shit. DM lost their word. You're gonna be a lot less cocky once we get you out of this van."
Oh, yeah? What metas do you have waiting for me on whatever site we're going to?
We don't need metas. Your kind isn't needed anymore. So most of you disappeared.
So what? You just arm yourselves with weapons and, cool tech, and you don't count yourselves as meta?
The other person on the left tenses up at you calling them meta, and just goes, "Okay, fuck it, I'm gonna shut him up for good," and goes to cock his shotgun, but the others like put a hand on him. Silently putting him back in his place.
You know what I think is pretty interesting is that I'm sure that none of you have ever actually had to train on how to fight a meta. I bet when we get to the black site, they're gonna make you run a few training sessions against me. That's when I'm going to get you.
We'll see about that. It's no fun hitting someone when they can't fight back, and we're not gonna let you fight back anyway. Mind you, the gym does need a new punching bag.
I'll let you all get a free shot. And then I'm going to tell your moms later about it.
And somehow, you know, if you were in a Telltale game, the guy on the left that you insulted, that felt insulted, like, you would see the phrase, like, they will remember this. You, eventually the truck comes to a stop. And, the doors swing open. You see that you're in a, like a plane hangar. It's still daytime outside. From what you can see, there's very little light, except from like a few holes in the structure itself. Seems like it's a very old place, probably something that has fallen into disrepair, or that's been made to look that way. Aside from your van, there's another van with like armed, you know, SWAT people, bringing someone with them. This person is, from what you can see, a woman. Doesn't seem to have anything fancy. She's wearing like this dark red tank top, blue, like navy cargo pants, combat boots, dog tags around her neck. You cannot see her face because they've put it in a hood. And she is being brought out, you know, hands behind her back, like she was just being arrested by the cops. And the moment someone puts a hand on her shoulder, like she brushes it off violently, or as aggressively as she can. And aside from that other truck, yours, there's a stockpile of metal crates. And it doesn't seem like there's anything else. The guy who you insulted, basically forces you to get up and like almost throws you out of the van. Do you do anything, or do you let yourself be?
I don't know. He'll tuck and roll as he gets thrown out of the van and get back up onto his feet.
One of them says, "Hey, watch it." Everyone tenses up. They surround you. And then the Zoom froze. Okay, we're good. You get pushed forward onto, like, almost like the middle of the hangar. And a trapdoor begins to open in the ground. Almost, well, actually seamless, unless you know what to look for. And there's just this staircase going down. You are escorted down the staircase rather aggressively. You're being pushed around a lot. So long as you don't make a move to defend yourself or anything, they don't try to actively hurt you. They're mostly doing it out of an intimidation technique. However, by the time you reach the bottom, you are in this brightly lit area. It reminds you of Simulacra's hideout in the bunker. Kind of same make, like a little bit futuristic, white lights, soldiers every freaking where. Like every 10 feet, there's a dude standing at attention, armed to the teeth. But they're all wearing, so those guards are all wearing US Army uniforms with the flag on it and everything. Like they don't try to pass as like mercenaries or agents or unaffiliated people. The woman is brought somewhere else than you. You are brought into a room by yourself, where these agents are going to proceed to kick the living shit out of you. Think Captain America's elevator scene, but reverse. Unless you do anything.
No. Bayani's going to be true to his word, and he will not attack them. You'll let them get the first shots.
There's only
We're gonna treat
really...
this as combat, but
if you are you going to react after the first shot?
yeah, I'm probably gonna use a skill or something.
Okay, so then let's treat it as combat. We'll do the first turn. Basically, it's as if you would do nothing on your first turn. And aside from the guy you insulted, like the others, they kick you. Some of them, you notice there's not a lot of force. Like they don't really want to, or they're not trained. You know, they skip leg day a lot. But oh, Jeebus. Well, you will take a total of 18 damage.
Okay.
So no, they actually put all of their will into it, all of their weight into it, and they kick the living shit out of you.
All right.
Second round.
Oh wait. So in the first round, can I use my skill?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I thought you were just going to wait for like your turn, but it's a reaction that you have.
No, I'm just going to use a move. It's economy of movement.
Oh.
Flexible stance, and basically allows me to take 2 basic actions using.
Before you do so, I'm sorry, I forgot about the hinders that were played. So you take 16, not 18.
Okay.
And go ahead with your 2 basic actions, as Realmu also heals you with a band-aid for 4.
Thank you kindly. So we are going to use deduction and creativity, and we are going to boost ourselves twice.
Ooh.
So a 1 and a 2.
Yeah, that, I think... A 1 and a 2, they both work. It's a +1.
So I get 2 +1s, right?
You get 2 +1s, yeah. Does it say anywhere that they're, like, exclusive or persistent?
They will not be persistent.
Okay.
Well, yeah, no, they're not going to be persistent, so they're one-time use.
Okay, but they're not exclusive either, so you can stack both of them.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And the whole team regains 2 HP. Second turn of combat. Bayani, you go first because players go first. Do you do anything?
Yeah, Bayani's going to use, since he's now in the yellow, he's going to use his move called Doble Sinawali, which is flowing fight. So he gets to attack using close combat. And then uses his mid die to attack on extra targets for each bonus that he has. And right now I have 1, 2, 3. I have 5 bonuses right now. So I'm going to attack 6 times.
With the pluses that you have from your boost?
From my boost and the ones that I bought earlier in the session.
So there are 6 of them. Do you attack 1 each?
Yeah, I have to attack 1 each.
Okay. Good to know. Let me grab that. Awesome.
So the way it's going to look is that you'll see 2 fiery arms appear. So he's got 4 arms, but 2 of them are currently restrained.
Bound.
And so he's going to attack. Yeah, he's going to attack each one of them. So we will roll. So that's it's a 3.
Mm-hmm.
So if we use all of his bonuses, he's going to get 6, 6, 5, 4, 4.
6, 6, 5, 4, 4. All right, let me roll these 6, 5, 4, 4. You're missing 1.
And then 1, 3, I guess, because it's the regular attack.
It's the one that so succeed. Fail. So before we go to break, you just Huh? Yeah.
I thought only one of those would fail.
No, because they need to roll. So as minions, they need to roll equal or higher than the damage you dealt. So going in order,
Okay.
6, 6, 5, 4, 4, 3. Like the 2 3s almost succeeded, but didn't. And in a flurry of blows from your fiery arms, you pummel the shit out of most of them. The only one that remains is the one you insulted, who just takes his radio and shouts in it, "Shit, the handcuff's not working!" And we're gonna go to break as the door bursts open to reveal more adversaries. But we'll be right back, everyone. Stick around. We'll take about 5-ish minutes, and we'll be back. Hey, we're back. I forgot to mention at the start of the game, by the way, thank you everyone for all the cards that you've been playing. I forgot to mention that every dollar that you pay for these booster packs go straight back to these 4 players over there, as a thank you for them taking the time off of their busy schedule to come play Spendex People with me. So, let's change things up a bit. Let's Is that gonna work? Is that a good song?
I can't hear it yet.
Hey, Archer. It was dark again.
Oh boy.
You saw the flash of an Aston Martin. And him running at you, it was actually Brendan's turn when we left. And so as he charges at you, he will actually, like, when he comes maybe about like 10 feet, maybe even less from you, like not quite arm's reach, but a little further away, he disappears into the shadows. I need to roll. Well, 10, d10. 12, 10, 10. I realize I'm also saying those out loud, so... Cool. Basically what I rolled, so he boosted himself with his max die. Oh, and he defends using his mid die. I forgot that one. So that's what, like, the invisibility does. Basically. So, like, mechanically speaking, I mean. So, Archer, you're up.
That's it? You ain't even gonna take a shot?
I have to wait for my next turn, you know.
Well, that's very meta. Okay.
He's just gonna say, I'm just winding up.
Okay. So even with the light, even with this faint candlelight, I cannot see anything because anything I could have seen just vanished into thin air, right?
Yeah. By the way, just quick heads up. The captions froze again. So I do believe Zoom will probably give out again. Just so everyone knows. But we'll keep playing. And captions are going to go away for now.
Oh boy.
Oof. Yeah, I'm not going to touch Zoom. So, Archer, what do you do?
I can't hear anything. I can't see anything. I'm gonna hold my turn.
All right. He will reappear above you and come down upon you with his shadow blade. Nah, so that goes away. Shadow blade is shadow teleportation. 8, 12, 10 is what I'm looking for. 8, 12, 10. With a +8. Not a +8. He boosted himself with a +3. So max die +3. You're gonna take 9 points of damage.
Okay. Okay. Ouch.
So you held your action. I mean, you can still play if you want. You see him now that he's jumped down. He's holding this sort of smoky blade. It's the size of a like maybe a machete. But it fumes like the steel was still white hot.
Okay.
Except that the blade itself is completely dark, but seems to be made out of some sort of like crystal that glints in the what little light you made with the wall. He's visible. He's in front of you.
My reflex, hair trigger reflex, when a new target enters close range, attack the target by rolling your single ranged combat die. Is that an immediate reflex?
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to use that.
So that triggers automatically, I believe. And it's the moment they enter close range. So he entered close range. So it's not even your turn because it's a reaction. So it's something you can use outside of your turn. So just roll your ranged combat die.
Okay. Oof.
You raise your gun up and fire, and he deflects the bullet with the sword.
Okay.
What else do you do during your turn?
I'm going to try to do sniper aim. Boost yourself using signature weaponry plus ranged combat. Use your min-max die.
Okay. So you're taking the time to, like, line a shot?
I guess. So he's going to vanish, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, still, if he vanishes... It seems like he vanishes, reappears all the time.
Okay, remind me, which one do I click? Is it for the scene color or for my health color?
It's always your health.
Okay, cool.
Unless the scene is more dire, then you can go with the scene. It's always like whichever is closest to red. Which I forgot to mention, this fight and like the fight with Bayani, there's no tick for the scene. Like the scene lasts the amount of time, like until you get in red or in out.
Okay.
So 544, and you said, what was it? You boost yourself?
Boost yourself using signature weaponry plus ranged combat. Use your max plus min die. This bonus can only be used against one chosen target and is persistent and exclusive against the target until it leaves the scene.
Okay, so it's a boost for 9. 9 is I'd say +3, unless you put some of those. Did you get any bonuses from chat?
I did. I got +2 from chat.
Do you add it to it?
Yes, please.
That's an 11. With an 11, you still get a +3.
Okay.
But yeah, you get a persistent +3 against Brendan.
Okay.
And that is the end of your turn. So we're gonna move to Brendan, who, hey, guess what? You did not attack him.
I didn't.
He disappears again. He's got a certain gimmick. He really shines when people try to attack him, I realized. That roll sucks. It's max die, max and mid. Oh, not so bad. Okay. And he boosts himself, gives himself a +3 as well. So again, he puffs out. What do you do?
realize I can't do much unless I see him. I'm going to I'm going to try to use spin and shoot.
Okay. Oh, and
Attack.
he's been tripped by chat.
Has he?
Yeah. What's spin and shoot?
It's attack using power quality, defend using your min die.
Ooh, okay. So you're
So I'm gonna
basically
try.
just spraying all over the place?
Yep, pretty much. Signature weaponry, ranged combat. Let's go.
But you have that +3 that applies to him.
Okay.
Because it's against him anyway, because there's no one else in the scene.
Mhm.
So your attack is a 9. -2. That's a 7. One of your bullet actually hits him. In the shoulder. You're also going to defend by 1, so you get, you know... no, because you've got that boost, so that would be a 4. You lower the next damage. The next time you take damage, you lower it by 4.
Okay.
But yeah, one of your bullets hit him in the shoulder. He reappears, and you he spins due to the impact, and you hear the clatter of his blade hit the ground. But again, he vanishes and reappears right in front of you, and he's about to chop down on your collarbone. He's within close range.
Okay. I
If
don't
you
think
wanna use the...
I can react until he hits me.
No, because the reaction says specifically when someone gets in close range.
Okay, well then I'm going to roll my single ranged combat die.
Yep. Dice pool changed, by the way, y'all. You now have 2 dice of every type, by the way.
Sweet.
Oh shit, a 10. You fire just as he's going to try to hit you. By the way, it hurts. It hurts like hell. It's gonna be regular attacks from now on, so close combat, strength, and... Oh, okay. So nothing fancy because he doesn't have the blade. You will take 7 damage.
Okay. I'd like to use a reaction if I can. I don't know if I can. Tactical analysis, treat the amount of damage you take as a boost action.
Because you used... Do you want to do that, or do you want to use the reaction when he comes within close range?
For this round, I'll use the close range. So I'll save that for next round.
Alright. It is your turn. And
Okay.
he's in front of you, just hit you, and then says, "Your petty little pistol isn't gonna help you much here."
Seems like my petty little pistols helped me enough already. I'd like to use Ricochet. Attack using ranged combat, use your max die. If you roll doubles, use max plus min instead.
Describe how you're going to ricochet a bullet into him after you've rolled.
Well, he's... How close is he again?
I mean, within arm's reach, within wrestling distance, I guess.
Oof. Okay.
But I mean, it's you get to paint the picture. So if Archer needs to move away to do something like that, that is entirely possible.
I don't know what the environment looks like, so I can't see anything to ricochet it off of, so I'll have to do a different move.
There's the wall behind you, and there's the ground.
The wall behind me just absorbed the bullet when it hit it, though. It didn't bounce off.
Yeah, but that's the neat thing about, like, your powers. They can do stuff even though are not supposed to.
Okay.
Just because I describe something as one thing, like when when the hero does something cool, like physics be damned.
Okay, well then I'd like to, duck out of the way of another attack from him, and go with the gun and shoot the wall in such a way that it would bounce off the wall and hopefully hit him.
All right. For the next action scene, everyone, you can take a yellow power and treat it as green. Thanks to Real Move. So go ahead and oh wait, did you roll already?
I did.
Okay, I was going through things. So it's an 8. Plus 3, so 11. And he was defending a bit. Okay. The bullet ricochets. Like, he tries to dodge out of the way of your gun. And sort of puts himself in the trajectory of your bullet as it ricochets off the ground. The wall. Wall or ground? Sorry.
The wall.
The wall. And it's on that we're gonna switch back to Anaya and Fitz.
Alrighty.
Your Uber came. They brought you back to downtown.
Uh-huh.
And you are facing the not the ruins, but like a damaged Paragon Industry Tower.
Okay.
There are fire trucks there. There are a couple of police cars, a couple of ambulances, but you don't see like any, at least at first glance, you don't see any victims, any wounded,
Okay.
any injuries.
Anaya would head straight for the EMS trucks to see if she could find a paramedic to talk to and ask if they found anybody. And specifically, she'd just start with that to see if they'd gotten to the ground zero of the explosion yet and found anyone there.
You approach the EMS, who says, basically the firefighters have gone almost to the top, but the rubble prevents them from inspecting the wreckage.
Mm.
They haven't found any casualties yet.
Mm.
Thankfully,
Okay.
there were none. But the EMS also mentions that I don't know who you are to be here.
I had a friend who had an office on the top floor.
Okay, because those cops, and he points to like the cordon. Yeah, the line of police cars blocking the street.
Mhm.
He says, these guys didn't even want us or the firefighters to come in. So hopefully your friend isn't in the wreckage. I'm hoping.
Yeah, me too.
So far, so good. But there's just something, and as he says that, like, he looks over his shoulder to the police cars, and you notice a couple of the officers are, like, on their radio, talking. Got the bad feeling.
I'll nut. Anaya elbows Fitz and says, I don't think those are city police.
Yeah, they look a little too jacked to be city cops.
Well, what do you want to do? Do you want to go around the building? And they haven't been able to get up to the top floor. Do you want to I don't think it'd be particularly safe, but teleporting up there is one option. And of course, at this point, Anaya and Fitz are also like they've stepped back behind the. Like Anaya would have grabbed Fitz to step back to where the ambulance is between the cop cars and where they're standing. They're trying not to be visible to anybody, but like actual medical personnel, because that's who Anaya trusts.
How much medical personnel is there around them? Like, are they in line of sight of somebody right now or not?
I mean, there are 2 ambulances.
Right.
In one ambulance, the 2 EMSs are first responders are they're sitting inside the car, like they're
okay, like in the
like
driver's
idle,
seat,
basically.
Yeah, okay.
Driver's seat and passenger seat, basically just waiting because they haven't found any casualties at all.
Okay.
Right. Even though there should have been at least one, which was one of the bikers.
Okay.
But
is there any way for Fitz to kind of step away and teleport without being noticed? Like,
oh yeah. If you walk just behind one of, so there are police cars on both sides of the they're cordoning off the entire like block, if you will. So more or less wherever you are, someone has a chance of seeing you. Doesn't mean that they will. But you can easily like be invisible to half of them just by like walking behind one of the ambulances.
And Fitz will also tell, not Fitz, Anaya will tell Fitz, I'm going to go to my car, which is parked over there at the back of the building. When you come back down, just come straight there.
Okay. Fitz is going to this is so sad. He's going to try and make it look like he trips over himself. Like trips over a crack in like the sidewalk or something. And as he's falling, just before he would like land in the dirt, so he's clearly like below anybody's general line of sight, that's when he's going to teleport up to what's left of Biani's office.
All right. Anaya, you make your way to the back of the building, where 3 more police cars are parked.
Oh dear.
All the agents are out of their vehicle. They're talking. +3 to Fitz. You realize, like, looking at them, they seem to be the actual city cops.
Oh. So
they're slightly confused, but like they're paid to just hang around, so why the hell not?
Are they slightly portly and like have donuts around?
Yeah, like pink glazed donuts and a
on the dashboard. Okay.
Muttering to herself that this really should be anybody but me. I'm not an actor. I think Anaya is going to just, out of sight of the front cars, she's going to just approach them very friendly, like with oh, I'm just a nosy neighbor. Look on her face.
I mean, you get, like, I don't know, 10 yards from them. Like, you're still pretty far away. And one of them just raises a hand and shouts out, "Hey, you're not supposed to be here."
Oh, I work in this building. I just came to get my car. What happened?
He points to the top of the building and says, "Blew up."
Oh my god, but how? Is everybody okay? Is anyone hurt? I have some medical training. I mean, I'm happy to help. I think I saw some other flashing lights in the front, so I'm sure they have it covered, but what an awful thing.
Who are you again, miss? You said you worked here?
Yes. In the building. My name is Dr. Desai, but yeah, what is going on? What happened? Well,
Give me just a moment. And like that one goes into their car, while the others are just still standing there chatting. And you can see him like type stuff on the sort of like laptop they have on their dash. It's like maybe 30 seconds. You see your car, by the way, during that time. Like, it's parked right there, like where you left it.
I think when this guy goes
dust.
into the car, given that she's alone and no one else seems to be engaging with her, I think Anaya's gonna head to her car.
Okay.
The guy did not tell her not to go anywhere.
Nope.
So she is going into her car.
But as you get to your car, you notice he comes out and like waves at you, sort of jogs your way.
She's got the door open.
Okay. He approaches you and says, Dr. Desai, I've been told that I should bring you up front. The team over there says that they want to speak to anyone who worked here. I think they want to know like what you knew about what happened. They need to take your statement. If you would please come with me. Very
well, how? I don't feel comfortable staying here with all of this ash in the air. Can we go to the police station and do this? I feel much more comfortable there. It's been a long day. I just got off of shift at the hospital. You know, I would love to take a shower and then come find you. You know, you have my information.
A shift at the hospital? You said you worked here.
Doctors do multiple things. I work here some of the time in the lab, but you know.
Let me check with them. See, and he asks, basically like, which precinct do you want her to like? She doesn't want to stay here. Claims it's a health hazard. She's kind of right. Where do you want me to send her? Of course, I'm gonna tell her not to leave the city. What? You're. Oh, all right. They're coming.
Oh, okay, great.
And yeah, from the side street, you can see like 4 of them.
Anaya will text Fitz. She's like, I might be being arrested by these. Stay up there.
And though you don't know that specifically, but our viewers will, the handcuffs that they have like on their belts, those 4 like fake officers coming are like the bluish handcuffs.
Okay.
That they cuffed Bayani with, instead of like zip ties and the likes.
What Anaya is gonna do is she's going to turn on her phone, and put it in her car window, and stream to some social media live.
All right. Get an extra D6. So while this is happening, I'll go to Bayani, then Fitz. Hey, Bayani, let me put the getting your ass kicked music.
I just took down 5 guys with 1 round. So.
Oh no, I didn't mention who was getting their ass kicked.
Somebody's hurting and it ain't Miami.
Yeah.
General ass kicking music.
General ass kicking music. There's like 12
Oh,
soldiers coming in. They're not like Black Ops agents like the one you just kicked. They're like the random guards from here. They basically all line up, try to surround you. Ooh, they get very hindered. All right then. They basically attempt to surround you, kind of like a firing squad. Their assault rifles leveled in your direction, and one of them shouts like, "Get on the ground! Get on the ground!" And you see they're like closing in. They're not very witty. To try to basically like close a circle around you.
They're not going to attack.
Well, for now they don't know exactly. Yeah, like Chris is saying, no, they're not watching their firing lanes. They're just trying to like force you to comply more than try to fire. Like they will spend their turn.
Okay. All right. Bioni is going to use economy of movement again to boost himself twice.
Okay.
And he's going to actually, as he's doing this, he's just going to single out the guy who survived the last
Yeah, he's behind everyone.
flurry.
He's behind all of them, and you see like he's fiddling with his belt.
Okay. So we get 5 in a 5.
Oh. Alright, 5 and a 5, so those are 2 plus 2s, I believe. Yes, so you get 2 plus 2s.
Oh.
On their turn, because clearly, you did not comply. Because you did not comply, you also get a plus 3. You are, yay, another plus 3 to add to your arsenal. So the guy you insulted gets something free from his belt and shouts out, "You idiot, don't give him a moment!" And he throws a flashbang. Or actually, less of a flashbang, more like we'll call it like a sound grenade. It's less visual and more auditory. Basically, it's an attack, and it's a hinder in your case. I think he gets to add... Oh no, you're not hindered yet. That's true. But you will be by them after that. So you're a hinder... Ooh, you get a -1. And the other soldiers... basically realizing that they made a mistake in getting close to you, they step back a notch, and while half of them will hold their guns and not fire, the other half they basically get like these batons. So they step back, drop the gun, get the baton, step in, and like whack you as hard as they can. They also trip on the way. Okay, they're at -4. Let's see how that works. But since you are hindered, they get a I think it's a bonus d6 I gave them. What is it? Plus d6, well, plus the dice, 2 damage done to enemies who suffer from a penalty. Cool. So, if you do take damage, let me know, because it's an extra d6 that gets tacked onto that. Each die is separate. I don't know if you want to defend against any one of them, or if you have enough defense for all. Otherwise, the total would be 17 damage.
No, we'll take the 17 damage.
All right. Then in that case, I get to add an extra 6d6. You're going to take an extra 19.
Okay, well that just knocks me out then.
So the panel that we would see is them getting in and like Bayani trying to block them, but they've been trained. You get healed by a d6 plus 4.
Well, I'm just counting. Like, wait, so
you regain 9 hit.
So they were going. They were. So they were. I'm still out.
Okay.
Like you did more. Like those 2 damage together did more. Is more than my max hit points. So I'm just trying to think about the rounds. So first round, Bayani uses his double boost. And the other guys just crowd in on him. And then, is that the second round?
I made them play before you.
Okay.
That's my bad. I'm getting sleepy.
I was like,
All right, let's... Yeah,
okay.
I made them play twice in a row. Okay, let's rewind. And also, they were tripped with a -4, each one of them. So in reality, you took 0, 0, 0, 0, 2, 0.
Okay.
So all in all, you would have taken like 3
okay.
points of damage. Because I forgot about them being tripped up all the time. So if you want, we can leave it that way. Like, you take 3 damage and then...
Was Bayani able to read, like, did that guy that called in for backup, did he have a name badge?
Yeah, we'll call him, his last name is Davids.
So Bayani's just going to crack his neck and he's just going to say, "Hey, look, David's mom, no hands." And then he's going to use his flowing fight power again. And he's basically going to weave and dance between them and throw flying kick after flying kick.
All right. They've got a -3 on their checks.
And his first attack is going to go for a David's.
All right. Archer. While this is happening, someone played a card to heal you, so go ahead and roll, Anino.
Okay, so my mid die is a 6, so that means it's a 9, 9, 8, 8, and the 6.
8, 9, 9, and then 6. Archer plus 3 HP. Okay, with a -3, there's only the 6 that I can probably do something. No. So, David's out for the count. And 3 other soldiers are also out.
So I used 4 bonuses, so it should be.
Also, I'm missing one. Wait, I had 8996.
It's 99886.
Oh, okay, I'm missing an 8. Well, same thing. They can't with a -3. They have to roll above an 8, so no, they can't. So that's 4 of them taken care of. Plus, SWAT dude, David's. Keys to the city. Alright. Last turn on Bayani. They're going in. All of them. None of them are gonna fire, because, you know, superhero comic. So they're not firing their guns. They're actually just using them to club you with it. You don't get the extra d6 of damage anymore, because that person is gone. However, they have a -3 to everything still, so you're going to take 6, 7, 7, 3, 10, 10 plus 13, 23 damage total.
Oh boy.
-4 because they tripped. So you're gonna take 19 damage total. How's Bayani looking?
He's down to 6 hit points, so he's definitely in the red now.
There would be a voice coming out of the everyone regains 2. A voice coming out of the doorway. Voice of a woman. Stern yet motherly. Did you have enough? Or do we need to actually knock you out? Does Bayani answer?
Yeah, Bayani will answer like, oh, I mean, I was just having so much fun punching these guys and possibly inflicting so much trauma that they won't have a heart for this business again. But what's one more? And I think what I want to do is I want to use Principle of Liberty on Bayani.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically overcome where he... I want to overcome him being handcuffed.
Oh, okay. Yep. Get out of the handcuffs.
Right.
Roll.
So we'll use discipline and deduction.
Mid die is a 4. It succeeds, but with a minor twist. I'm gonna hijack your
principles use max die.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's true. It's not a regular overcome. So that's a 9. And I don't think you have any let me see. You have a penalty with a 9? No, it completely succeeds. And you gain a hero point.
Everybody actually gets one, so.
Yeah, the group gets a hero point. You break the handcuffs. The voice gasps. The door closes. And then you hear the same voice, but through a PA system that says, "Alright, make sure he remembers this." We're gonna pause that here. We're gonna move back to Fitz and then Archer. Fitz, you teleported to the top of the building.
Yep.
Amidst the wreckage of Bayani's office. His old desk. Like the bookshelves. Everything has been burnt or reduced to like rubble. There's a lot of like broken concrete. You still see sort of where that secret exit was to go into the pocket dimension. But it doesn't lead to a pocket dimension. It just, you would leap off the building.
Okay. Does Fitz see Dr. Artifice?
Dr. Artifice is not there. However, two things remain of Doc Artifice.
Okay.
One, his cell phone. Two, the little mock-up thing he did with the sheets of papers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that somehow survived.
Oh, loose leaf, how you are resilient. That might be of use left up here.
You're like going through the wreckage.
Yeah, kind of moving some things around. Kind of, I mean, you know, if we're talking about some kind of gizmo, then like he's liable to recognize it, but otherwise he's looking for maybe like Dr. Artifice's cell phone is going to end up in his pocket, just
Yeah.
by pure happenstance. It just ends up there. But is there anything else that might have belonged to Bayani that he saw that was particularly like important or anything like that? Anything that could even, you know, is there like a black book of like things?
That is a good question. Bayani. Artifice took away like all the trophies and everything. Like he made sure that those rooms were secured before the explosion. But was there anything like a keepsake that you would have in your office that would have survived?
Yeah, it would probably be a model of the it would be an action figure of Celerity, Sugar Rush, because she had made it out of the same materials as her armor.
Mm.
So imagine a little tiny Iron Man.
Okay.
With a fully functioning iron suit.
But as an action figure.
Yes.
Also, Anaya, you're gonna get a +1. And you pick up the action figure.
Yep.
It's
Yoink.
as 4 chains made
dear.
of starlight, bluish starlight, reach out from the ground. You are hindered equal to your max mid min die, and unable to take other actions other than the overcome to escape. So all of that together is a 16. That's a 22. 22 minus 1 because of the hinder from earlier. So that's a 21. Well, you basically have a -4 to everything. I can't go any higher. And something like 4 chains came out, 2 of them on each side, wrapping around your forearms. And a younger girl comes out of a portal made of starlight. It looks to be about in her 20s, maybe early 20s. She, if you are on Legend Keeper, by the way, I now like public. But imagine long, and she'll be on the PowerPoint for next time. Long black hair that is like goes from jet black to blue as it reaches the tips. She has this sort of black armored wetsuit on under a blue like corset with a skirt that's open in the front, and Yeah, she wears knee-high boots that are, they look almost medieval in their make, but all made of that same sort of strange bluish material. And she says, "Well, I knew criminals always came back to the scene of the crime, but this is just ridiculous."
Not my fault. And he's like, even though his arms are like bound in these chains, he's gonna like point to like the area, like just with his hands moving around, kind of like, not my fault. Wasn't here for this.
And okay, I'll keep that hinder for next time. Because we'll close on this tonight. 4 panels on our last page. Fitz chained in the wreckage. Anaya about to either get in her car or do something. Her phone's out on the dash. And
I feel like maybe you see like the phone through the phone camera.
The phone's, yeah. So you're like
you see the back of her body
Yeah.
on one side and the cops coming up.
the 4 cops coming up. Archer in complete darkness. You just shot at Brendan and the ricochet thing, and we would see like maybe from a bird's eye view him rushing towards you, and Archer, with her gun out, pointing in Brendan's direction. And then Bayani in a room. It's like a football pileup of army soldiers trying to overpower a now freed Bayani. And I think we'd see like them like jumping onto Bayani and just have like this glow of his fire abilities starting to come through, like through the layer of bodies. And that's where we're gonna end tonight, with the group separated, and each of them dealing with obstacles of their own.
Oh my.
That was issue 9. The issue that I forgot to put a title on. So I'll do that retroactively. The lowest player, so Frangibu also heals the lowest player by 3 HP. Is it 3 HP? Check.
That's actually a boost.
It's a boost, sorry, not a heal. So whoever has the least hit point, you're gonna start with a +3 boost next
I think
time.
that's Bayani.
I think so.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And players, if you want to also note down -1 to all the villains. And I have a heal of 3 HP going to Fitz.
Okay.
Because next issue, since we're gonna pick back up like the exact moment we ended this one, you won't regain your HP between issues. We'll leave this. We'll leave you as you are. And we'll see what happens next week, I guess. Because, oof, things are bad.
Yeah, they are.
Thank God I'm not going to Gen Con, so we actually play next week.
Yeesh.
Because otherwise we would have left on that cliffhanger for like 2 weeks.
No.
So we'll resolve that in the next issue, in issue 10. Then we're going to take a break for a week, because I'll be gone. And then I'll be back, and we'll finish our run with issue 11 and 12. potentially reuniting the group at last as these outlaw renegades, or however things turn out for them. Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. Thank you, players. No thank you to Zoom that kept crashing. And for the last hour, the only thing that the subtitles were saying is it's more magic orange, which I do not remember when we said that, but that's what it is at 10:01 p.m.
I feel like it's two sentences that have been kind of concatenated.
Yeah, it looks like that. So yeah, thank you to all of our sponsors: Mage Press, Found Familiar, Roll20, our affiliates, Die Hard Dice. Thank you, chat, for coming in. Thank you for giving all of those cards. And as a reminder, everything that you did goes back straight to the players. Speaking of players, y'all, we'll do reverse order than we did the intros. Where can we find you? If you have anything to plug, if you have any places you're going to be in the coming week, we'll start with Bayani, who will probably be in a hospital, but where will Anino be?
Nino can be found on Twitter at Anino4K. Next time you'll catch me is probably Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on this channel for Scion. And then again on 8 p.m. Eastern Time over on the other doc channel for Edge Paradox. And I think that's it.
Archer will still be stuck in the Shadow Realm, because apparently this is now a Yu-Gi-Oh! Themed game. But Hannah, where will you be?
You can find me on Twitter at Hanimation Art and on Instagram and Facebook at Hanimation Studios. And you can find me back here with Anino Saturday, 1 p.m. EST, playing some Scion, Birth the New Gods. Lots of fun.
Anaya's in trouble. Not necessarily Pooja, but I know that Pooja's other character is also in trouble, generally speaking. But where can we find you and that other character?
Well, speaking of the other character, she and I and Simon can be found on Sunday on Praxagora Thesmophoria's channel at 8 Eastern, where we play Romance of the Blue Rose, a fantasy romance RPG set in Green Ronin's Blue Rose system. It's fun, it's chaotic, and I make lots of bad decisions. It's a good old time, and yeah, you should definitely come check that out. And besides that, I can also be found next Tuesday over on the Manapot Studios channel, also at 8 Eastern, playing Anyone Can Wear the Mask, which is a Judge's Choice Any Award winner, written by Jeff Stormer. And Jeff will be running the game for us. Well, I'm playing in the game for us on Tuesday. So I'm very excited. And because it is Flights of Fandom, we're setting it in the Superman universe. So lots of fun to be had there as well. So you can find more details and links for both these streams over on my Twitter profile, which once again, my Twitter handle is my name, which is Pooja, P-U-J-A.
And lastly, Fitz is bound. Probably not Andrew. But where are you, Andrew? Where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Anderful1. If I do have projects or anything coming up, I'll be posting it there. Otherwise, I reside here Thursday nights, and y'all can catch me next week. And also in the issue 0, which we will be looking at getting up ASAP. That's going to be a lot of fun. A little bit of Fitz's backstory going into theirs. We'll learn a little bit about him. And that would be all for me.
And as for me, you can find me over on Praxagora's channel on next. Okay, wait, no. Let's do it in order. Saturday, 1 p.m. We're here for Scion, as we finish the saga of the Dick Gnome, which honestly is just like a very small part of everything else, but I feel like it encompasses what y'all have been going through. I mean, like the anger at this creature, or the, I guess, Chronicle of the Big Giant Eye in the Sky. That's on Saturday at 1. Then on Sunday, like Pooja said, at 8 p.m. Eastern, over on Praxagoras Thesmophoria, we'll be playing Blue Rose, also called the Gay RPG, because it's awesome. And you should come by and check it out. I am no longer going to become a vampire, so I can now focus 100% of my attention to my other character arc, which is the orgy episode.
I was gonna say, so now you can make out with everybody without the emo feelings weighing you down.
Yeah, that's it.
Although, would you make out with everybody if you didn't think you were dying?
Well, that's what I'm gonna have to live with now. Like, there was this, like, you know, feeling of finality, and now that it's not there anymore, it's like, oh yeah, what have I done?
Now you have to deal with the actual humans.
Yeah, I don't regret it.
Well, you know,
but you know that Vashard is not good dealing with humans, so it's gonna be a time. And then on next Wednesday, back on Praxagoras channel for Witcher Roads Home. I beheaded a vampire once again tonight, so I am becoming the vampire beheader as a mage. And I threatened to burn a forest down, and apparently a dryad heard me. Then on next Thursday, back here for Sentinels of the Multiverse. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. We'll see you very soon. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.